Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I am going to be comparing two bronzer products. It is the Dior Forever Nude Bronzer versus the Makeup Forever SoftSculpt Blurring Bronzer. Both really amazing choices. So I wanted to compare, see how they're similar, how they're different, try one on one side, one on the other, see how they look in comparison to each other, and then let you know which one I think is more worth the money. So before we get started, please give this a big thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel. Join the fam. You get 3 videos a week, so please make sure that you're subscribed and not missing out. But if you want to see me compare these two products, stay tuned for the rest of the video. All right, guys, let's jump in. I have both of them pulled up online. I'm just going to go over some of the details about both, and then we are going to try them out. So the first one I have pulled up is Dior. Again, it's the Forever Nude Bronzer. You get 4 different shades to choose from. I have shade 3 or 30, which is 30 tan matte. It's medium to dark. It has 0.63 ounces, and then it's $64. So Dior is definitely up there in price. Again, it's Dior, so tends to be a little bit more on the pricey side. And this is like a jumbo bronzer, so it's really good. Summary: Dior Forever Nude Bronzer is a long-wear powder bronzer with hyaluronic acid that warms the complexion with sun-kissed matte finish. The heat and humidity resistant formula delivers a radiant sun-kissed look, infused with hyaluronic acid and a vitamin C derivative to boost hydration and comfort. So it sounds amazing. And then the Makeup Forever, again, it's the SoftSculpt Talc-Free Blurring Bronzer. This one goes for $38, so it's not as pricey. It's like almost half the price of the Dior. And then you get 6 different shades to choose from with this, so you get a little bit more of a variety with Makeup Forever. This one does have 0.25 ounces, so you definitely get less. I want to say like, yeah, what is the Dior again? 0.6? Yeah, 0.63 versus 0.25. So it's a big difference in how much product you're getting. It's like half the product, half the price kind of thing. And then I have the shade medium, and then it's cruelty-free, it's vegan, it's non-comedogenic, it's pressed powder, it's a matte finish, also has hyaluronic acid, a versatile powder bronzer that blends effortlessly to naturally warm and blur the complexion with light to medium coverage and a sweat and humidity proof finish. So they're both very similar in a lot of ways. Like, I feel like the descriptions of these are very similar. So this modern blurring formula is lightweight and blends like a dream with a soft matte finish. It's non-drying, non-patchy, and layers effortlessly with creams and liquids. Okay, so it sounds amazing. They both do. They sound very similar in their descriptions, but looking at them like this, if I had to choose one solely off of packaging, I would obviously choose Dior because there's so much attention to detail with the packaging. Like, this just looks like it would cost a lot of money. Like, it's so luxurious. You have like the cushion top, like it's so soft to touch. The logo, like every detail about this just looks expensive. And then even when you open it up, like you get a huge mirror on the top half, and then this bottom half, it's like a cushiony embroidering, and then you have the logo in here as well. So just so much attention to detail. Don't get me wrong, I love the Makeup Forever packaging. It's just a lot more simplistic, and when I look at them both, my eye gets drawn to Dior. But Makeup Forever is still nice. You still get a mirror on the top half. The product itself is a lot more simplistic though than the Dior, and you can see Dior has a ton more product in it than Makeup Forever does. But let me do some swatches for you so you guys can see what they look like next to each other. So I'm taking Makeup Forever first, and then Dior next to it. Makeup Forever is actually a little bit softer when I dip into it than Dior is. Here they are next to each other. Both are really beautiful. They're actually more similar in color than I thought they were gonna be. I thought there was gonna be a huge difference because one's medium and one's medium to dark. Both really beautiful. I think that Makeup Forever may be a little bit more warm though. The Dior just seems like a little bit more neutral in tone. So I guess we'll see how that works. But I am surprised that Makeup Forever is just softer. Like it felt nicer when I touched it than the Dior one. And I think that's it. So I think we can just apply these to my face. I'm gonna do Dior on my left, Makeup Forever on my right. I'm applying with a brush, and then I'll show you guys what we're working with, what the results are on both sides, and let you know what I noticed, how they're similar, how they're different, and then which one I think is more worth the money. I'm looking very washed out, so I'm ready to put some bronzer on. Let's get started. All right guys, I'm back. Here are both sides. So here is Makeup Forever on my right, and here is Dior on my left. I definitely have some thoughts. First thing I noticed on both of them was smell and lack of a smell. The Dior has like this, I wanna say a little bit of a stronger floral smell to it. Makeup Forever doesn't smell like anything, so I really prefer that with the Makeup Forever than I do with the Dior. Like, I don't really love florally smells at all. I don't like the smell of them. And this one, you can definitely smell it as soon as you open the product, and then once you start applying, you can smell it on your face too. So I don't love that about the Dior. I prefer that in Makeup Forever. But the next thing I noticed was color payoff. I was actually surprised to see how much more pigmented the Makeup Forever was than the Dior. I feel like I didn't have to use nearly as much product with Makeup Forever than I did with Dior to get the product that I got on my face. So even though Makeup Forever has less product in the actual package, a little goes a lot longer way with Makeup Forever than it does with the Dior. Like, you're using more product with the Dior. So I'm very surprised by that actually, because I'm like ride or die for this Dior bronzer. So I don't know. Blendability, I feel like both of them are very blendable, very easy to work with. Like, I didn't have any trouble getting them perfected on my face. So no issues with either one there. I feel like they both are doing very similar things around my pores, not accentuating, but not hiding. So nothing too special there, but I do feel like Makeup Forever got me a little bit more color than Dior, which is surprising because the Makeup Forever is medium, Dior is medium to deep. So I'm surprised I got more color with the Makeup Forever. I kind of have to say overall, based off of everything that I've been listing and everything that I'm like seeing and noticing, I feel like I'm gravitating more towards Makeup Forever. I'm really shocked by that because, like I said, and if you guys have been with me for a while, you know how obsessed I am with Dior makeup products. Like, they're just so hard to beat. But I do kind of think that Makeup Forever has Dior beat in this one, just because of all the things. Like, overall, no smell, blendability, color payoff, pigment, a little goes a long way with it. Like, I just feel like everything that you get in the Dior bronzer, you get in the Makeup Forever bronzer and then some. So I just feel like you're spending a lot less money, but the product is just as amazing, if not a little bit better in my opinion. So I'm gonna have to say Makeup Forever is the winner this time. I think it's absolutely amazing. Both are stunning. Like, if you have the money to spend and you really wanna try the Dior, you're not gonna be disappointed. It's amazing. I use it all the time. But I also use Makeup Forever all the time and I am obsessed with it. And this just showed me everything that I needed to know. So I love this one. I think this is my winner for today, but that is it. I hope you guys enjoyed. Comment and let me know what you think about both sides. If you agree, if you disagree, let me know what else you want to see from me. Give this a huge thumbs up and please subscribe to the channel, but stay tuned and I will see you guys in the next video.